At some point in everyone's journey, we'll come to this quiet crossroads that can't be seen but can be felt. It's that moment when your heart begins to open wider than your fear. When you start to realize that love is not something you simply feel, it's something you choose. At first, fear feels safer because it's familiar. It's the old friend who says, "Don't go there. You might get hurt again." Fear builds walls, while love asks you to open the door. Fear says, "What if?" And love whispers, "Even if." Fear tries to keep you from falling, but love teaches you how to fly. And yet, the choice isn't always obvious. It doesn't come wrapped in clarity or light. It comes in the middle of your most uncertain moments, when someone doesn't text back, when life doesn't go as planned, when you struggle to make ends meet, when your dreams take longer than you hoped, when your heart still aches for something you can't name. Love, in those moments, feels fragile, like something that could be broken if you reach for it. But here's the truth most people forget: love is never the fragile one, fear is. Fear is the voice that trembles, that hides, that doubts. Love is the one that stays. Love is the force that holds you when everything else falls apart. Think of a time you acted out of fear. Maybe you pulled away from someone who cared about you, or said, "I'm fine," when you were really hurting. Maybe you stayed small or turned down opportunities because you thought you weren't ready. Fear always disguises itself as protection, but underneath it is a belief that you are not enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough, not lovable enough to let life see the real you. But the moment you choose love, something shifts. It's not that fear disappears, it's that you stop letting it decide who you are. You stop giving it the final say. Choosing love means daring to believe that you can face what's hard without closing your heart, that you can hold both your pain and your tenderness, your uncertainty and your faith in the same breath. Choosing love is not about ignoring fear. It's about seeing fear for what it is, a doorway. Every fear is an invitation to love deeper, to return to yourself, to meet the part of you that's still waiting to be honored. When you look at your life through this lens, everything changes. That difficult conversation with someone you love, it's no longer about proving who's right. It's about reconnecting. The self doubt or your saboteur that creeps in when you take a leap, it's not a sign to stop. It's a reminder to breathe, to anchor back into your why. I like to think that making decisions out of fear is driven by our ego, while making conscious choices out of love is led by our heart, our soul. Choosing love is not a one time act, it's a daily practice, a thousand small decisions that reshape how you show up in the world. You choose love when you forgive someone, not because what they did was okay, but because you no longer want to carry the weight of resentment. You choose love when you speak kindly to yourself after making a mistake. You choose love when you let someone in, even when your heart remembers the sting of past hurt. You choose love when you pause before reacting and choose understanding over defense. And perhaps most importantly, you choose love when you stop running from yourself. Because sometimes the hardest person to love is the one you see in the mirror, the one who's tried so hard, failed so many times, and still keeps going, the one who hides his or her light out of fear of being too much or not enough, the one who wants to be loved but doesn't always know how to receive it. Choosing love in the face of fear means meeting yourself where you are, fully, honestly, compassionately. It means saying, even with my fears, even with my scars, even with the things I'm still learning to forgive, I choose to keep my heart open. Yes, growth is a lifetime process. We can always learn from our shadow, our flaws, our fear, and we should. But I firmly believe that we are not broken and we don't need to be fixed. We're already whole. This is what I've learned from my coach training and from my spiritual learning, and what I tell every single one of my coaching clients. Choosing love is choosing ourselves. Don't ever give up on ourselves. There's a strength in that kind of softness, a quiet power that doesn't demand or prove. It simply radiates. When you live from that space, you begin to see the world differently. You start to notice that fear isn't always your enemy. Sometimes it's your guide. It shows you where you've placed conditions on your love. It shows you where healing is asking to happen. If you look closely, fear is always pointing you back to the part of yourself that's still wanting to be loved. Maybe it's the part that's afraid of being abandoned, the part that doesn't trust easily, the part that still believes you're not enough unless you achieve or please or control. These are the tender edges of your humanity, not flaws, but imitations. Love doesn't demand that you erase your fear, only that you stay present with it. When you breathe through your fear instead of pushing it away, something magical happens. Fear begins to soften. It no longer needs to protect you because it sees that love has arrived. Every act of love, every moment you choose presence, kindness, forgiveness sends ripples through your life. You begin to feel lighter. Your body relaxes. Your energy expands. People feel safer around you. You begin to attract relationships that mirror that same openness. And maybe that's what leadership really is, not controlling outcomes, but guiding through love. Choosing love in the face of fear is the essence of heart led leadership. It's what allows you to influence without force, to inspire without speaking. People feel the energy you carry, the frequency of your heart. When you live in alignment with love, you become a safe space for others to soften to. But let's be honest, choosing love doesn't always feel graceful. Sometimes it means crying on the floor before you can forgive. Sometimes it means saying no to what no longer resonates, even if it disappoints someone. Sometimes it means walking away, not out of anger, but out of love for your own peace. Choosing love is not about being endlessly open or available. It's about being authentic. It's about being in alignment. It's about honoring what expands you instead of what drains you. Love without boundaries becomes sacrifice. Love with awareness becomes strength. And here's something most people don't realize: fear never fully disappears, it evolves. It becomes your ally, a reminder that you're expanding beyond what you've known. Every time you stretch into a higher version of yourself, fear will knock again. But this time, you answer differently. You say, I see you. Thank you for trying to protect me. But love will take it from here. That is the moment you begin to live free. I share this story in my online course, Inner Dragon Mastery. In this story, the demon Mara continually tried to stray Buddha away from his practice to enlightenment with all kinds of distractions: lust, greed, anger, or doubt. But Buddha simply calmly acknowledged him. I see you, Mara. And he invited Mara for tea as an honored guest. That's what it means to choose love, to acknowledge your demon, whether it's fear or anger or something else. Sit with it, listen to it, but not become it. To remember that fear is part of your humanity, but love is your essence. If you're interested in diving deeper into your transformation, I'll post a link to my flagship online course in the description box. This comprehensive program, Inner Dragon Mastery From Within to Beyond, is a 6-week step by step blueprint that allows you to engage in immersion training at your own pace. It offers a unique and powerful path to unlocking your true potential and reconnect with your heart. It's designed to guide you through the magical process of spiraling up in your life and evolving from a personal transformation to building a legacy of love, compassion, and leadership. Use the link below for more information. Now, the more you embody the truth that love is your essence, the more effortlessly life begins to flow. You stop trying to control the river. You learn to trust its current. You stop resisting change. You begin to dance with it. You stop chasing word. You start radiating it. Every situation becomes an opportunity to express love. Every step back becomes a lesson in compassion. Every ending becomes the beginning of deeper self trust. Because when you live in love, you no longer measure life by what you lose or gain. You measure it by how open your heart remains. So the next time fear rises, pause, notice it, breathe into it. Ask yourself, what will love do here? That one question can change everything. Love might say, let go. Love might say, try again. Love might say, rest. Love might say, speak your truth. Whatever it says, trust that it's guiding you back home. Your heart knows the way. It always has. You've already walked through darkness and found light before. You've healed wounds that once felt impossible. You've learned how to meet yourself with tenderness and how to lead your life with intention. None of our past experiences was a coincidence or a waste of time. Every experience has been preparing you for this, for the moment you no longer live ruled by fear but led by love. And can you guess what I'm going to invite you to do? Yes, journaling. We've already talked about plenty of benefits of journaling in my previous videos, but journaling can also remind you of every obstacles you faced, every challenge you've overcome, and every breaking point that you've turned into breakthroughs. Nothing I've been talking about in my videos here is truly new to you. I'm here just as a reminder, as a mirror, to reflect the strength and love you've always carried back to you. This is the art of living with an open heart. To face life not as something to survive, but as something to serve, to love, to grow through. So as you continue forward, remember, fear will visit, but love is your home. And every time you return, every time you choose love in the face of fear, you rewrite your story. You expand your light. You become the living expression of grace itself. Because love, in the end, is not the opposite of fear. It's the transformation of it. And when you choose love again and again, you become the bridge between heaven and earth, between what hurts and what heals, between what was and what's becoming. This is your power. This is your purpose. And that is how you live as love, no matter what life brings. Before we close this chat, if you feel that pull to fully unlock your heart, I'd love to walk that journey with you. Through my 3-month transformational coaching experience, guided by my signature heart framework, we'll go beyond quick fixes and surface advice. Together, we'll gently unravel what's been holding you back so you can heal, embody your truth, and create a life that feels real, aligned, and truly yours. If this speaks to you, Book your free consultation call today, and let's explore what's possible for your heart, your life, and your next chapter. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.